Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about new Ethereum updates and how this potentially challenges Solana. Both are layer ones. Both have had their time to shine. Which one is better? And my answer shouldn't surprise any of you because you guys watch my show all the time. I'm pretty fair, I'm pretty balanced, and I do love to hedge. I like to talk about the positive aspects of each project, and then I like to talk about the bearish aspects of each project. We're also going to cover Bitcoin's weekly close. I'm going to take a look at some altcoin requests and see if there's anything really worth covering. I know everybody is super excited about meme coins. They're kind of making a comeback, but at the same time, is that where the money's at? Is it? Is it? Or is it better to pay attention to the dips that we see happening based off the news from this current administration, buy those dips, actively take profit, actively have a trading plan, and then rotate those profits into brand new projects, rinse and repeat. There's lots of different ways to make money in crypto. There is. You just have to work hard. And if you work hard, you practice self-education, you got this. We're also going to give an update on the tariffs because apparently China is calling for the removal of the retaliatory tariffs against from the US to China, which makes sense because if you really take a step back and you think about it, what do we import to China? What products do Chinese have in their homes from America? What American products does China have in their homes? Think about it. What products do we have from China in our homes? Well, I'm basically looking at my office. My panel boards over here, I think these are custom made from the US, but I'm sure they got some materials from China. This is from the UK. This is custom made. All of these pieces I have in my office, all these tech pieces, which those I believe are not impacted with the tariffs because they removed all electronics, et cetera. Some of it is, but mostly everything we have in our homes in America is from China. But at the same time, these tariffs, in my personal opinion, so we get a lot of our goods from China. And if we impose these high tariffs, then the factories and the people that are making the products to ship to America, that's going to impact their businesses and it's going to impact their economy. It's also going to impact our economy because in America, we spend lots of money. That's just what we do. We've always been known to overspend, okay? So that being said, we're in an absolute tariff war. These updates are impacting the market. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another update today from this current administration because what I've been noticing is we like to drop news on the weekends. We saw the removal of tariffs or the temporary removal of tariffs on electronic goods from China, which was interesting. It was dropped on Saturday. But again, we're getting lots of updates, so pay attention to the market. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum versus Solana. I don't want to say Ethereum versus Solana. I wanted more so talk about some of the updates from Ethereum because the way the Ethereum Foundation had worked previously is I don't even know what they were spending their money on. I don't even know what they were doing. Solana saw a gap in the market. They said, you know what, Ethereum's got problems. The initial layer one is not a great layer one. So we're going to go ahead and create a really dope layer one. We're going to directly challenge Ethereum and we're going to see where this goes. And they've done a great job doing that. Does the Solana network have problems? Has it had problems in the past? Yes. Is the team continuously working to improve it? Yes. Do people prefer to use Solana because it is fast, it is affordable, and it's might be easier to build on? It really depends what developers that you talk to. But again, it's not just Solana versus Ethereum because we do have a lot of other layer ones out there. We do have Chainlink, but that's to be integrated into those products. We have projects like Hedera. We have projects like XRP. We have projects like Stellar, like Algo, Sui. So those are all active competitors of Solana and Ethereum. Ethereum is the OG product, okay? OG product. So what should you buy? What should you have your portfolio stacked as? I have a lot of Ethereum from the past because I've been in crypto since 2017 and, Hedera wasn't there yet. Solana wasn't there. A lot of these other layer ones were there, but I've got Solana, I've got Hedera, I've got Link, I've got Algo, I have Cardano, I've got a lot of layer ones. And the reason why I have these is because I like to diversify. Diversification is absolutely crucial in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the updates that they have with Ethereum. I think it's important that Vitalik wants to do. And again, this is why it's so important when you are looking to diversify into other projects, to see what type of communication they have, because and also Chronos too. It's another layer, right? But the way that you should look, this is the way that I look at products, different crypto products. The way that I look at them is, I want to see, do they have a good marketing team? When we talk about marketing, that's just not paid shilling. It's being able to actively communicate, to effectively communicate what you do, what your purpose is, and why people should pay attention to it. Hedera is absolutely great at that. Chainlink is great at that. Solana is very good at that. Ethereum is not so much. Not so much. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the updates. New privacy roadmap for Ethereum. And this is from the O Show, according to Cointelegraph. So Vitalik unveiled a privacy roadmap aimed at enhancing user anonymity. This is important because when we talk about all the new changes that's happening in America, yes, we're getting crypto law. Yes, we're getting guidelines. Yes, people are worried about the digital the CBDCs and what like that. Having crypto projects that are able to provide privacy and transparency is incredibly important. And you're able to do that there's different ways you go do that. Again, I'm not a tech person, but there's definitely different ways you could do that. You build different things on the blockchain. But Vitalik unveiled a privacy roadmap aimed at enhancing user anonymity. We do know that Charles H. from Cardano has Midnight, and there's been talks between Charles H. and David from Ripple to essentially integrate Midnight into some form of XRPL for privacy. However, we do know that Ripple is focused on transparency. Well, not necessarily transparency, but more so as a tool for the banks, which that's their use case, and that's a valid use case. That's where the money is. Also, Vitalik says his plan suggests integrating privacy tools like Railgun and privacy pools into mainstream wallets, enabling default shielded transactions. I absolutely love that. And this is the reason why I love it. So when we're talking about integrating privacy tools like Railgun and privacy pools, wallets, etc., this is important. Crypto is 100% transparent, okay? When we're talking about 100% transparency, there's also risks there, okay? I like to have my privacy. I pay my crypto taxes. I follow the law. I don't do anything that's illegal. I don't commit fraud. We do a lot of disclosure on this channel. But at the same time, there's reasons why I want to have privacy. And also you guys make sure to smash the like and share this. Thank you so much for being here. But I like privacy because I have a young daughter. I want to make sure to protect her safety. There's sickos in the world. There's just scary, bad people, you know? There's different reasons why people want privacy, and that's okay. And it's not to do anything bad. But when you think about the monetary system is with cash. There's complete privacy. Nobody knows where your cash goes. Nobody knows about your banking transactions, you know? There's different reasons for different things. Plus, you know, healthcare too. Maybe you have to spend money at a specific doctor and you don't want people to know what you're spending money at that doctor for. Maybe you got a gut issue. Maybe you have some sort of health issue you want to keep private. But there's different reasons. So I do like this privacy aspect for Ethereum. As far as Solana goes, I'm not sure what privacy aspects they have. Next, Vitalik proposes limiting users to one address per dApp and implementing protocol level upgrades such as fork, choice, and forced inclusion lists to prevent censorship and eliminate reliance on relays. Limiting users to one address per dApp, I guess that's good, so you could actually count how many users you have, but at the same time, people might want to diversify and use different addresses for different things. So I don't know about that. Next, he calls for infrastructure changes, including the use of trusted execution environments and private for retrieval. So that's what's kind of going on. But again, all of these can be done through layer 2s on Ethereum. The real issue with Ethereum, we're talking about Ethereum and Solana, is that Solana is a layer 1. And you can do all of these things on the actual layer 1. You can build them on an actual layer 1. That's the issue that we're facing here. So what should you do? Should you buy both? Me personally, I hold both. I hold a little bit of everything because if that actually takes off, then I'm going to be in a good financial position. You know, stuff like that. So there's what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the crypto market. So it looks like Helium, HNT, is up about 24%. Primarily why is because the SEC dropped their investigation into them under this current SEC. They are very, very much interested in dropping investigations into companies that have not committed fraud and have not broken the law, which again is important. And then we are going to see, we will see crypto rules and guidances come out, so companies are able to follow those that guidance, essentially protect retail, but also continue to thrive because they'll have lists of what they can and can't do. We talked about the SEC's requirements and different things that they wanted to do, and it was pretty fair. Basically, just report when you want to create something or drop a sale, say this is what we want to do, basically provide them a business plan, and then check in on that business plan and make sure you meet these different goals. And that's not a bad thing to do either. It's called accountability. And even if you work at a job, there's different types of accountability that could occur. So I don't think it's unreasonable. I really don't. I think it's good. And again, I'm not like on my knees for regulation, but at the same time, we got to have some sort of law and order. And if you know what song that's from, good for you. Altcoin, of course, is up 95%. XCN is up. This was the big winner of the week. People love it. HBAR is up 11%. Shout out to the HBARians. Hex, 33%. Bonk, Cake. What else? Pi, Jupe. Vet is up 12%. We're actually dropping a video on Vet next week. They were listed, I believe, on Bybit as well. I really like VeChain a lot. I do. I have a sustainable idea for them that my buddy AJ, love AJ and Jada, that he pitched to Mr. Sunny. So hopefully we can move forward with that because I absolutely love it. You guys know I love thrift store shopping and being sustainable. But let's go ahead and do a quick look at the market. So this is the daily chart with Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin hit $85,000 and we were rejected off of the trend line, which is not a good thing. Okay. So we're kind of in this stagnation here. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the drawing tools. Also to you guys, I am trading on Femex. If you'd like to use my ref link, it is down below. Just simply by signing up. Simply by signing up, you get $20. They also have a bunch of other rewards. So if you guys want to sign up, go ahead. And they also have this like little DeFi thing where you get complete custody of your coins. It's called Memex. You should definitely check that out, but it's over on Femex. My link is going to be down below. Now, this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been in a downtrend since 1/20 of 2025. Okay. We have been in a downtrend. It looks like we're rejecting off of this trend line. So for me to be short-term bullish, I need to see a flip above $85,000. So we'll go ahead and denote that over there. But if we were not able to flip and sustain, when we talk about flipping and sustaining, it's breaking out. And even if we have to back test, that's fine. But staying out of the trend line, that's what we're talking about. We want to see that type of price action, which will we see it? Will we not see it? I don't know. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour to get a better picture. We're really, really fighting hard over here. We're very, very much fighting hard to break above the trend line and the resistance. So we'll have to see how that works out. Taking a look at the weekly, though, I'm going to go and remove all this crap. Taking a look at the weekly, we had a good week. We got a swing wick low to $74,000, which lines up with these swing wick highs as support over here since 3/11/2024. Absolutely great. And remember, you guys, we don't have a lot of previous price action here that acts as support and resistance. So we're kind of in brand new territory, which is exciting. But we got that swing wick low that aligned with 1028. And 311. So we got the swing wick low, even though we opened at 78,000. We are don't do that while I'm live. We got a swing wick high, literally a swing wick high. A big girthy swing wick high to $86,000. And we're currently trading at $84,000 over here. So where are we going to go? Well, it would be nice if we could get that close above 86.4 because we have this previous area of resistance. So we'll see if that ends up happening today, but we need a little bit of a push. However, Market Cipher is showing that we've essentially kind of bottomed out. We're getting ready for some nice upward action, which would be wonderful. So depending on where we close today, however, if we do close at 85,000, I'm still okay with that, but it would be better to close over here. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. And again, Bitcoin still controls the market. We will be having, well, I'm sure that we're going to have updates probably later today, tomorrow, and this week regarding the tariffs. That is definitely going to impact the rest of the market. Now, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has been severely has been underperforming Solana. Okay, and that's really what this video is about, is the underperformance. So one good thing about Ethereum on the weekly, we did break down below support at $1,500. This is a pretty important area since 2023. really, if you think about it. We actually got that breakdown. So hopefully these two candles with the swing wick lows to about 1372 marks the bottom and we get a nice reversal and we pop up. That would be absolutely wonderful. So we opened at about 1500, saw 1600, swing wick high to 1663 and a swing wick low to 1400. Ethereum also looks bottomed out as well. So what I would like to see with Ethereum, I would really like to see, let's see over here. We don't have a whole lot of, Ethereum just needs to close above $1,500. There's not much I can say on the weekly. It would be nice to close above 1,700 and, you know, trade over here. However, I'm just hoping that we sustain the line here. We're looking a little bit high on market cipher. Now Solana. Solana has some beautiful epic gains. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gains over here. This candle, we are up about 42% this week. About 42%. While when we take a look at Ethereum, Ethereum is only up 19%. So Solana has beat Ethereum yet again. However, one thing I will say as a retail trader or somebody that might not be super experienced, people might prefer Solana just price-wise because it is more affordable than Ethereum. Ethereum is at $1,600, Solana is at $130. And that's what a lot of people's mindset is I can't afford Bitcoin, it's too expensive, so they buy things that are more affordable. However, I know that's not a very well-liked take in the crypto industry, but that's how a lot of people think. That's how a lot of people think. They're trying to get the most bang for their buck. But anyways, this is Solana. We opened at 105. We did get the swing wick low to 95, and now we're trading at about 130. I would love to see us close above 136. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, because we got a lot of resistance, but actually, 135 would be better. However, really just close above 121 for Solana. And we do look primed to head up a little bit more, but I would just be a little cautious here. SUI is also doing well. We hit 242, got a little bit of a retracement, just as long as we stay above 221. XRP is doing incredibly well. We're back above $2, which is an important area of support. So with XRP, I primarily just want to see us be able to close above $2. And again, we're going to have a big story about XRP tomorrow. I'm not going to give it to you guys today, but there's that. Now I want to take a look at Link. Link over here is back up. Link is actually having trouble. It's not performing super well on the daily, which is totally fine by me. I want to buy more in here in this area between 13 and this area down over here between 9 and 11. However, if Bitcoin pumps, we're not going to get any more corrections. So I'm very bullish on Link. I'm buying quite a bit of it when I get the opportunity to, because I think it will perform well. As far as Cardano goes, Cardano is up above 62 cents. We just got to stay here. So shout out to the Cardano folks over there. And I'm also looking at AAVE. I'm looking at AAVE very, very, very much so. Okay. Now, taking a look at we'll take a look at HBAR first. HBAR is kind of consolidating, but just as long as we stay above the 15-cent mark, I'm excited. HBAR is a partner of the channel, but it's also a wonderful project. I held them last market and I started to accumulate more. I think I lost it in one of the crypto contagions. Either way. Now, taking a look at AAVE. AAVE is doing well. I should have bought the dip over here at like 120, but I didn't. But again, AAVE, my top coins that I'm paying attention to this cycle are going to be Chainlink, AAVE, HBAR, and that's pretty much it, really. And VET, those types of things. So yeah, but that's kind of really what's going on with the market today, guys. Like, not a whole lot of excitingness. Can I check XLM? Sure, I'll check XLM. We'll go ahead and take a look at the meme coins that people posted on X. A lot of them are just trash, though. And that's the thing, is that these people with Solana, the technology makes it so easy to get in and out fast. I'm just like over it. Like, meme coins are cool, but I'm kind of just over it. Like, I just don't really care. Not beneficial to me because I'm not going to sit in the trenches all day. So XLM has been in a downtrend. We tested support at 22 cents here. This area of support was important from November of 2024. So we kind of have to sustain here. If we break down below it, things are going to get really, really ugly. But this was a nice pump in 2024 that XLM saw. But again, we are in a downtrend. Hopefully we are able to kind of break out over here. We'll see, but we do have a long way to go. We would need to really get above 29 cents. So there's that. Anything else? Oh, this story over here. So Solana to ETH price ratio hits all-time high while Vitalik hits it faster future upgrades for Ethereum. We talked about it earlier, and these are just different ratios that people like to go by, but honestly, you can literally just look at the chart and see like kind of what's going on. So There's that. But anyways, guys, I got to get going. Thank you so much for watching. I will be in Hollywood later today, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and of course, set alerts. Bye-bye.